like I'm in the fight of my life, you know? What's up, everybody? It's your boy Los Angeles Havik, and welcome to another episode of Pieces of Me. This week, I'm going to be talking about the struggle of the underground artist. A lot of times, people get really excited at the prospect, when I tell them, oh yeah, I do music and stuff, and I've been doing it for, 10 years and so on and so forth, and people get really excited, and then they hear that my work and they're like, oh my God, what's the process you have to go through? And then I have to kind of rebuttal with, you have no idea what you're, really asking. This day and age, for the up and coming artists, there's a lot more that you have to accomplish on your own. And I think that's probably number one as far as like the major struggle of this day and age is, young and up and coming artists. You have to build your own fan base. You have to be relatively unknown and somehow get lucky enough to have a video go viral or a song or whatever. Or you have to have a song that's so unbelievably catchy that it just takes the world by storm, and almost overnight people know who you are. And I mean, I could go on and go. I could go probably for a really long time talking about that, but a lot of times people get really invested in what they see, the presentation. Oh well, this guy has such and such fans, he must be good. Or this video has a couple million views and yada yada yada. And I mean, it just becomes this monster in and of itself, and the artist ends up eclipsing himself by their own image, and their image ends up becoming what gets sold, not the actual quality of the material that they're putting out. That's why, in my opinion, and I'm gonna just say this bluntly, that's why I feel like there's a lot of garbage out there and not as much, decent work. For me, things like that really get to me just because, I'm out there, I'll be on the internet and I'll be checking stuff out from time to time, and I have a lot of people I work with, and, I feel like a lot of the people I work with I feel like we're all very talented individuals, from Havik, Trait Razor, Sin, and I feel like we're all very talented, and I feel like we're more than equipped to do well were we just given that shot. But it's just getting that one chance to get your foot in the door that becomes the problem. That's why I made my song Rappers Are So-So, because you have people coming out with complete and utter bullshit that's getting more credit and recognition than people out here that actually has talent. And for me, it's just, I kind of feel like at some point somebody dropped the ball and basically was like, well, fuck talent, we gotta make this money. And unfortunately, talent, it kind of gets lost in translation, that if you have somebody that's not talented, you might make a quick couple mil or so off one particular track and have your one hit wonder and you could create a ton of those, you know what I'm saying? But they will never have the staying power as someone that actually is passionate and is driven and can put in the work and is actually good at being consistent and just constantly putting out quality material and being able to continuously bring profit and success to the table every time. Um, yeah, it becomes very difficult at that point to pursue this. I say I've been as serious as I am for probably about the last 5 to 7 years. When Havik started taking off and getting attention, that's when I kind of started realizing, like, okay, well, I need to learn these things, promotion and all that stuff, because, at that point I was just kind of putting stuff out there and, still wanting to get noticed. And, eventually my end goal has always been to be a professional recording artist, but I've learned over the years of what goes into that, and it's a doozy. The tools we have afforded to us to be able to get our own videos shot and get professional photo shoots done, and get professional recordings, go to the studio or whatever. I mean, that's, you can go anywhere, even in your own home, and record, come out with a banging track if you know what you're doing engineering wise. Or you could take the vocals to an engineer and get him to mix it up for a nice little fee, and have you sounding all nice and clean. And then you get your album together. You get a homie with a camera or a nice good quality camera, take you a couple pictures, get a graphic designer to do up some artwork for you, and then all that's left to do after that is to go get you a dope video. And I mean, it might seem really simple when you put it like that, but for someone like me, I got a day job, I have a family to take care of, I got bills to pay, and I have a day. It's a lot when you are trying to manage your life and at the same time pursue your dream and make it happen. Honestly, it gets really hard, and sometimes it gets downright discouraging. You know what I'm saying? I say another struggle for me is just kind of what do I tell people when they want to come see me perform, and I kind of have to be like, well, my work schedule, and it's hard for me to find shows, and I mean that sucks, because I kind of have to tell people who are interested in seeing what I can do on stage, and try to tell them the real, like, I don't really be having a lot to say. I explain to them the best I can, but fortunately I'm blessed enough with people in my life that are still very understanding of that and very supportive, and will listen to a track and leave their feedback or buy a CD, and it's amazing this type of support I have. I thank God every day that I have the people behind me that I have behind me, because I feel like even when I feel like I'm not accomplishing anything or not moving forward, I feel like there's someone always out there in my corner pushing harder for me than I may even be doing for myself. You know what I'm saying? I'm just very grateful to have that type of support system. I'm grateful to have met the artists that I work with. I'm grateful for Sin, I'm grateful for Trait, I'm grateful for Havik, grateful for War and Peace. Everybody that's ever played a part in building me as an artist, everybody I've ever learned from, and I've just also had some great friends, and people willing to invest their time and their own gifts into my dream. You know what I'm saying? I've had, a good friend, do photo shoots for me, and Secrets has, been awesome with the videos. You know what I'm saying? And I feel very fortunate, despite having these difficulties I face daily as an underground artist, to have people in my corner willing to go as hard as I want to go, you know, and those are the people I think about. Like, shit, I can't stop. I can't even really fathom giving up or just being done, because at that point I feel like I would have spit in the face of everybody that's ever helped me. So, you know, the struggle is real, and you know, it gets to be a lot, but it's manageable if you don't let it beat you, if you don't pay attention to all the bullshit out there and let what people say get to you. I've had people over the years be like, you know, why do you want to be involved in something that has such a, you know, large, has something that has so much competition and so many people want to do it, and it's kind of hard to explain to someone who's looking at it from a very black and white perspective and explain to them that this is what I love to do and it doesn't matter to me how successful I am with it. A lot of people look at wanting to be an entertainer and be a professional recording artist or whatever, a rapper, singer, actor, whatever. People look at that and they want to, you know, it seems very black and white, you know what I mean? You know, you have your very successful artists out there doing very, very good for themselves, and, you know, a lot of people don't understand that, you know, they're famous and all that, but what they may be bringing home from the actual music aspect of it is not as much as they may think. And I mean, on top of that, you have all the costs of, you know, that comes with that. And, you know, I've always been the one to say I don't necessarily need the fame aspect. I just want to wake up every morning and do what I love doing. And that would be enough for me. If I could just support my family off of that, I would be good. You know what I'm saying? I would do my studio time. I would mix my music, or, you know, sit with the engineer and have it mixed. I'd drop my albums. I'd do my videos, photo shoots, meet and greets, and stuff like that. I'd pull a Hobson and Tech Nine and do shows and shit. If that's what I could do if music's what I could do for the rest of my life, I would literally not care about being famous. I just want to do my music. And, all the extras is necessary.
When I grew up, the only one who took my side and had my back through all my struggles. When my life hit overdrive, Phoenix kept lost angels saying if I sound schizo, that's probably why I pour my heart out like it's a bottle of liquor. Just when you think you